What's up, guys? Here's a short update on the price of Bitcoin. Well, in a short term, I must say that we first of all didn't reach even the $7,000 during this growth and started to have this correction, and all the support has been tested several times. Then we had one and second breakout, and then we have this 5,650 level, which also has been tested at least twice, almost three times, and it looked actually pretty bearish. I would expect that it will continue to go lower, maybe to $5,000, something like that. But just before I started to record this video, we had this rise in the price, quite huge, more above $6,500, basically because of the news that Federal Reserve issued $4 trillion for stimulating the economy. Because of this crisis, everything took quite of the hit, and now we have some of the pump across overall all the markets, like even precious metals and like these German stocks also, they all have a little bit of the rise, and of course Bitcoin is a bit of an exaggeration of that. But in any case, we have to actually consider right now the correlation with the other assets, and it's hard to make the simple TA on price of Bitcoin because well, you see, it's often broken because of those fundamental news and like whatever can happen with coronavirus and the other possible triggers and events on the traditional markets. But in any case, if this continues, I think we will not go too high, maybe maximum $8,000, and then we'll have the correction. But of course, first we need to go above the previous high, which already is a little bit unlikely in my opinion. So I would say that eventually we'll still continue to go lower, of course, unless we'll see some major pullback from the bottom of the traditional markets. Of course, Bitcoin can follow, and then yeah, things might be really unpredictable. So we found this support on RSI. You see, maybe we'll continue to go to the strong area, maybe overbought area on RSI, and then at some point there will be a correction after reaching some really high level. At the same time, I must mention this point. We have this hash ribbons indicator, which indicates the capitulation of the miners at some point when the price goes too low. And we had this previous time when we dropped from $6,000 to $3,000, and then another time in the end of 2019 when the price reached $1,500. Also there was a capitulation indication, and then we had it now again, because of course this was a very huge drop, and we are now within this capitulation red zone. Well, we need to see the confirmation when this indicator will leave this zone in order to be sure that this is actually the kind of a high potential end of this drop, and we might continue to go higher. Until that, I would be pretty cautious with what we see here. And also at the same time, we have quite positive patterns. For example, this patterns bump and run reversal, when we had pretty much similar thing in previous time in 2018 when we had this drop from 6 to 3. It also showed very similar behavior, and then we went up like that. So we of course have a little bit different, well, quite different time scale here, but it looks very similar. So it might really perform in the same manner. Again, several pullbacks on the way, and then finally going up. I would be, again, this is my personal opinion, not financial advice, guys, but there is no certainty in those patterns. And of course, like if traditional market gets some serious hit, then this would be broken, and probably the price of Bitcoin will continue following stocks price. So yeah, it's not super positive, but still there is a chance that this will play out. And I must say, members mentioned this tweet pointing out the potential V-shape reversal. This happened with Nasdaq, and I often tell you that, well, there should be some long accumulation, there should be some gradual rise and capitulation and so on, and that basically, in fact, such a V-shaped bottoms are rare. But yeah, that happens sometimes, like in this Nasdaq case, previous time, but previous crisis. But see, it's very similar, like very huge low, then maybe some pullback, some kind of a dead cat bounce, and then one more drop, pretty much the same as we had with Bitcoin. And if we will follow this, then yeah, that is the possible potential result of future price action. It's not necessarily, of course, will be the same, might be some differences, but yeah, even here we didn't reach the previous low, the same as with NASDAQ, so we could really follow this path. But at the same time, I must say that this already happened with in history, so I don't think that market is so generous that it will give us the same pattern second time and will just be easily follow and trade it. Probably it will make some tricks, we'll see some more sophisticated patterns and so on. Well, anyway, before finish up, I would say that I still would remain a little bit, well, kind of cautious with the trades. If the price will reach some oversold territory, I'll probably try to find some short entries, but I was thinking that I would enter a short position over here because of the breakout and then continuation of the drop and so on. But you see, even if that would happen, then on this fundamental news we would see the rise, so my position probably would be liquidated. So it's nice that I didn't take it. So it's really hard to predict what would happen right now. But in any case, I should remind you that there is our trading competition on SnapX. It's still more than 1 week left, so you can register and try to win some prizes. Probably not the main prize because it's already some time left from the beginning of the competition, but some intermediate prizes like on the daily ROE is still possible to get. So go ahead and try if you want. I'll leave a link in the description, and I will of course keep you updated on what is happening with the price. It will be some interesting setups, some fundamental shifts, and so on and so forth. So that is it for today, guys. I hope that it was useful, and thank you for watching. Goodbye.